I know I keep changing backgrounds, but I'm trying to find the right one. And this one seems to be doing okay because it's not so busy. So let me know if you like this background better or you don't mind the busyness. Welcome back. I'm Jen from Jen's House of Six. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some thrifted green. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. I even put some green on today. I can't talk about green without talking about plants. I became a plant lady in 2020 when my mom bought me my first ZZ plant for Mother's Day. The reason she bought it was because it said thrives on neglect because everything I touched I killed. That plant is still alive, believe it or not. I'll share with you some of the plants that I have in my front room and what plants have worked for me and are still alive today. I thrifted these green dishes at all different times. I have a couple different sets of dishes that I rotate. I decided not to leave the china in the hutch all year long just for looks. I wanted my kids to remember us using the china, not just displayed, so it actually would mean something, you know, to pass down to them. I use these for spring. I cannot remember where I found these or how much I paid, but it was not that much, and they happen to be the same pattern. Bordalo Pinheiro, Portugal, made in Portugal. So I just love this cabbage pattern. I want to keep my eye out just for more serving dishes, but this is what I found so far. I have 6 of these. You could just rotate them to set them on your shelves, like all different. They're a good thickness and nice size, and I love the color, the detail. When I bought this bigger plate, these came with it. There was only 2, but I don't care. I don't mind to mix match. This one is about the size of my hand. And then the dinner plate is a little bit bigger, so you can kind of see that looks fun sitting on there. And I like how this one has just a regular edge. So this one, you know, I just like it. I love detail. I don't know why, but they only came in 2s. So funny, right? I think that's like grape leaves. I'm not totally positive, but I like the detail on this one too. And it's also the same exact brand. It seems like it's stamped on there a little bit different. This is the first year where we've actually used them. I did notice when you eat off of them, you can't really scrape your plate because it like gets in there, but it's okay. So I found only 2 of them. Little dragonflies. Perfect for summer and spring. I mean, possibly summer too, but like I said, these are my spring dishes. I could use them for summer if I wanted to, but I love my blue, so I got to get those back out. This is World Market, also made in Portugal. This one's flat on the bottom, so they like to use these. Easier to scrape the food off of. These are, I want to say they're my favorite, but you guys, I say that about everything. They're my favorite. That's why I bought them. I'll try to stop saying that. This was a set of 4. It reminds me of bunnies and summer. It's carrots. Carrots and lettuce, I believe. And then, oh, I didn't even notice this till now. How funny. What is this? Cabbage, carrots, lettuce, tomatoes? Maybe. This is also that same exact brand. I found this the other day at the thrift store. I do not like to buy greenery, mainly because I don't like dusting. This one you could just stick in the water and then shake it out and let it air dry, which is what I did. This had little purple flowers on it. I don't think it was lavender, maybe it was some sort of berry, but I have nothing purple, and even though I know purple will go with spring, I just didn't care for it. So I cut all the purple off, but you can't even tell. It's so fluffy. If I'm gonna buy fake greenery, I want it to look as real as possible, and I feel like this one does. It reminds me of boxwood, that shiny green. Thrifted this green book. Isn't it wonderful? It looks like a linen. It's a very useful book as well. It's called How to Prune Almost Anything. And the copyright is almost everything. I mean, I said that wrong. 1968. Even has some pictures in it. I'm not good at doing books. It's a good size for layering and decorating with. But when I saw it, I had to have it. I thought it was just the cutest thing. I got this at a store in Cambria called Vera of Cambria, and they sell honey and tea and cute little stuff like this. Like all things tea and honey in there. It is just the neatest store. It was half off. I bought it last year, so this will be my first year to use it, so I paid $7 for this. But it's very sturdy, and I love the mossy detail on it. Isn't it so cute? I picked up this at the Target dollar spot this year. So I got this for spring, and I just love this mossy stuff. To me, it's just natural element. Every room I think needs a little bit of green. This was $5 for this one. This little stuff is starting to fall off, so I'm going to buy some spray can adhesive. I'm hoping that that will work, or some kind of sealer that I can spray all over it to kind of keep the stuff from falling off. Let me know in the comments if you guys know of something that would help with that, because I don't want it to shed. One. Aren't they just so cute? This one was also $5. Thrifting, these would be like $1 or less probably, but I don't buy a lot of decor, so this is probably all I'm gonna buy for the year. So I think $15 is fine, and I don't plan on getting rid of this. I feel like it's a timeless piece, that it's not gonna go out of style, and I'm all about that. This is an ivy that I got from my grandma in Oklahoma. We went on a road trip and stayed with her in October. She's my grandma that's always lived in Oklahoma, and we've always lived in California, so I could count on my hands how many times I've seen her in person. And honestly, I haven't even talked to her that much until this last trip. When she gave it to me, it had no roots. Look at it now. Probably plant those pretty soon. I can just clip it off and keep sharing it. Isn't that the neatest thing? Like, plants are awesome. I never really was into plants until 2020. I'm sure 2020 started a lot of new hobbies for people. I think plants is a good one. I think every home needs a real plant to clean the air and to teach you how to grow something besides a human if you're a parent. This, when I brought it home, was just barely coming out of this jar, and look how big it is. Not grown quite so much as the other, but it's still doing really good. And it'll live forever in this water, or you could plant it, which is really cool. I love that I have this from my grandma. So if I take care of it, I'll always have something. The reason I got two is because this one, you can tell, is a little bit different variegation than the other. This one's more just solid green, and this one has that variegation in it. It's so fun because I just text my grandma now and then, like, look at my plant, and she gets all excited about it. Another one that she gave me a clipping from, we were not sure if this was gonna work or not. This is called Christmas cactus, and it actually blooms. A beautiful bright fuchsia flower. This one is blooming, so you can see what color isn't it beautiful? If someone you know has one, just cut a clipping off and stick it in water, and then it will grow. So she had two different ones, a little bit different shades. And my grandma that I live by here tried to steal it and take it home, and I'm like, no, I have like hardly anything from my grandma in Oklahoma, so I am treasuring these. And I'll be able to pass them down to my kids. And it's hard to kill, so it should be good. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching my videos and commenting. It makes my day. You'll ask questions and give some really sweet compliments, and I'm just like, oh, you guys are so awesome. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I homeschool, so I'm with my kids, I'm taking care of the home, but sometimes I just have that desire to create things, and I know the Lord put it there, and this is just so fun to be able to share it. I hope it's a blessing. It's been a blessing to me. So I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and wear green tomorrow so I don't get pinched. Bye. Not every time I water my plants, but maybe every other time. I try to spin my plants around so that the light will reach them in a different spot to help them to grow, not just one way, because all plants will grow towards the sun. Giving them a spin will help them to grow fuller, more evenly, and not just one-sided. I also try to pull off the dead leaves or the leaves that are different color and not doing so well, so that the plant will grow fuller. When I first brought those plants home from my grandmother's house, I stuck them in water and put them in my window. They got full light there and they were doing so well, but they grew so long that they were starting to get in the way because my sink was right there and that's where I did the dishes. I needed to find them a new place. I moved them onto the piano and the bookcase. At first, they were a little upset at me by changing their color and kind of turning a little bit brown, but they eventually came out of it. Just know, if you do move your plants to a new place, they may or may not like it there, but just give them a little bit of time and see. Every once in a while, I take a damp rag and I wipe the leaves off on all my plants. It's always good to do that because dust settles on your plants just like it settles on your furniture. The dust blocks the sun from getting on the plant like it should. Sun always helps it to grow, so the more sun that can get on the plant, the healthier your plant will be.